Chapter 21. The Quiet Before Punishment. Lorenzo De Luca. The city has slept, but I haven't. Not once. The light outside my window is gray, that dead color before dawn that feels neither night nor morning. My reflection in the glass looks wrong. Hollow-eyed. Controlled. A lie that's becoming too real. Every word she spoke replays in my head, like broken glass cutting through silence. Michael, you finally decided to talk to me. I can still hear her voice tremble, the ache in it, the loyalty for him. That was all it took to strip the illusion I'd begun to build, that maybe she was innocent, that maybe what I felt wasn't a mistake.
Fool.
My father used to say, emotion is the first bullet you take willingly. I remember the night he said it, the firelight reflecting off the gold crest on his ring, his voice calm while chaos unfolded downstairs. Someone had tried to betray us that night. I was 16, hiding behind the heavy oak door of his study, pretending not to shake. He'd known I was there. Come in, boy. I obeyed, hands behind my back, just as I'd been taught. He'd poured whiskey, his knuckles split, blood crusted under his nails. When you start to feel sorry for the enemy, that's when they win. Never let mercy become habit. Never let love become a weapon in their hands. I'd asked him quietly, "What about family?" He smiled, a tired, broken thing. Family is just the enemy who knows your secrets. He died 2 weeks later, betrayed by a cousin who swore loyalty to him. And now, as I sit behind his old desk, her voice echoing through my mind, I realize how much of him still lives in me. The suspicion, the silence, the sickness of control. But I'm not like him. Not yet. The phone buzzes once on my desk. A message from one of the guards. The girl is awake. The girl. Funny how easily I've started calling her that again, as if pretending she's nameless makes it easier to breathe. I stand, fastening my cufflinks with mechanical precision. Every movement calculated. Detached. I need distance, control, order. I can't afford weakness. Not now, not with a traitor under my roof. And yet, when I reach her door, I hesitate. Her shadow moves across the light spilling from under the threshold, pacing, restless, alive. She doesn't know I'm on the other side. Watching. Listening. Always listening. I open the door. She turns fast, startled, then still. Her hair's loose, falling over one shoulder. There's defiance in her eyes, the kind that both infuriates and tempts. Lorenzo. My name from her lips is too soft. It shouldn't sound like that. You'll remain in this room, I say, keeping my voice steady. No walks, no books. Meals will be brought here. Her brows knit. Why? Because I said so. That's not a reason. It's enough. Her lips tighten. You're punishing me for something again, aren't you?
Punishing.
The word hangs there like smoke. I step closer, just enough to see the pulse flutter at her throat. You talk like you're innocent. I am. For a moment, the room feels too small. I see the tear in her robe, where my hand once gripped her shoulder. The way she's holding herself now. Guarded, bruised, but still standing. Always standing. You really don't know, I murmur. Or you're better at lying than I thought. Lying about what? I can't answer, because if I say Michael, she'll see the truth in my eyes, that I listened, that I heard every word, and that it broke something I didn't know I still had. I couldn't afford to let her know, at least till I'm sure of what I'm actually dealing with. Instead, I turn and walk away. Behind me, she whispers something I almost miss. Why do you hate me so much? I stop, but I don't look back. Because if I do, I'll tell her the truth, that I don't hate her. I hate myself for wanting her. Asa Daniels. The silence hurts more than the shouting. When he yelled, I could fight back. When he ordered, I could disobey. But now, it's just quiet, cold, suffocating quiet. He's withdrawn everything. The garden walks, the books, even the window view that used to make me feel human. The guards don't meet my eyes anymore. They've learned to look through me the same way he does. Something changed overnight. Something I can't name. I paced the length of the room again and again, fingers brushing the same carved line in the wall. The walls here are like mirrors, They only reflect what you want to see. I catch my reflection in the glass. Pale, smaller, softer than I remember. Not the dancer, who could command a stage. Just a shadow of her. When the maid comes with lunch, she barely speaks. Orders, she mutters. You're to stay inside. I want to ask, what did he say? I want to ask, did he look angry? Instead, I nod, pretending not to care. When she leaves, I sink onto the bed, clutching the edge of the blanket like it's something solid. But even it feels like it's slipping away. He hasn't touched me since that night.
He hasn't even looked at me.
And still, every breath I take feels like it belongs to him. Maybe I imagined it all. The softness, the warmth, the way he kissed me like I wasn't a prisoner. Maybe that was just another trick of control. But then I remember the way his hands trembled afterward, how his voice cracked when he whispered, "You undo me." He meant it. I know he did. So, why does it feel like he's punishing me for it? When night comes, I can't sleep. I lie awake, listening for his footsteps, half hoping, half dreading he'll come. He doesn't. The house hums with silence, the kind that makes your mind play tricks. I close my eyes and whisper to the darkness, "Whatever I did, I'm sorry." The words vanish into air, unheard, unanswered. Lorenzo. It's past midnight. The fire in the studies burned low, nothing left but embers. I should go to bed. But I find myself walking toward her hall instead, each step soundless on the marble. I tell myself it's for security, that after the breach last month, I'm only ensuring she's safe. Liar. When I reach her door, I stop. The guard stationed nearby stiffens, but says nothing. He knows better. Leave us, I order quietly. The man disappears without question. The room beyond is dark, the only light a soft blue from the window. She's asleep, or pretending to be. Her body curls under the blanket, one hand resting near her face, fingers twitching slightly, as if she's dreaming. Even now, she moves like she's dancing. I step closer, close enough to hear her breathing. The steady rhythm fills the silence. My chest tightens, a dull ache spreading beneath my ribs. She looks peaceful. Too peaceful. It doesn't fit this house. It doesn't fit me. The urge to touch her, to confirm she's real, alive, still here, nearly wins. But I stop myself. My father's voice whispers from the past, "Never show what you feel." I clench my fists until the temptation hurts. The pain helps. And then I see it, on the nightstand beside her bed. A small white flower, a rose. She must have kept it. The one I left without meaning to. Some sharp twists in my chest. I can't breathe right for a moment. I turn away before I do something unforgivable, like brush the hair from her face or whisper her name into the dark. At the door, I pause, glancing back one last time. "You shouldn't matter this much," I whisper under my breath. "But you do." The words are swallowed by silence. I walk away before I can change my mind. Behind me, she stirs, and though she never opens her eyes, a tear slides down her cheek. In the early hours, Asa wakes to find the white rose now resting on her pillow. She never put it there. She stares at it, heart racing, realizing that even in his distance, he's still watching, still claiming her, quietly, completely. Chapter 22. A Dance in the Dark. Asa Daniels. It's easier to move than to think. The silence in this house has teeth. It bites when you stop moving long enough to hear it. The ticking clock, the creak of old marble, the whisper of footsteps that never seem to belong to anyone real. So I dance. Barefoot, quiet, the hem of my dress brushing the cold floor. There's no music, not anymore, but I hear it anyway, somewhere inside my head. The soft swell of violins that once guided my life. The rhythm that used to belong to me before the world swallowed me whole. My body remembers what my heart wants to forget.
The rise.
The fall. The breath before the leap. I turn, and the movement feels like an exhale. Brief. Weightless. My hair catches the faint glow of the chandelier, and for a second, I almost feel human again. Almost. Then the memories creep in. The stage lights, bright and blinding. My teacher's voice echoing. Perfection isn't beauty, Asa. It's survival. Back then, I believed her. Every pirouette, every blister, every drop of blood was proof that I could control my own fate. And look where that control got me. I stumble mid-spin, breath catching. The floor tilts, and I brace my hand against the dresser, heart pounding. My reflection in the mirror stares back at me, pale, hollow-eyed, not the girl who dreamed of Swan Lake, but the woman caged in a stranger's house. Get up, I whisper to myself. Again. Because that's what I was trained to do. No matter how many times you fall, you rise until it hurts to try. I start again, slower this time, letting the movement guide me, not to perform, but to remember. That's when I feel it. The shift in the air. The faintest flicker of presence, heavy and electric. He's here. I freeze, back still turned to the door. I don't hear footsteps, but I don't need to. My body knows when he's near. My pulse becomes the rhythm of his silence. He doesn't speak. He never does at first. He watches. Always watching. My spine straightens. Every nerve hums. The part of me that should scream run has forgotten how. Are you going to say something? I ask quietly. Or just stand there? No answer. Just the soft sound of breath. I turn slowly, expecting the sharp glint of a smirk or the steel of his eyes, but what I see instead is worse. Lorenzo stands in the doorway, one hand braced against the frame. He's still in his black shirt from earlier, sleeves rolled up, cuffs undone. The shadows cling to him like they're afraid to let go. His gaze isn't cruel tonight. It's cold, calculating, unreadable. And that silence, that unbearable silence, cuts deeper than any threat. I want to demand why he's here, why he's watching, why he looks like he's the one being punished. But instead, I lift my chin and start to move again. If he wants to watch, let him. I let the dance take over, sharper this time, reckless. The air stirs as my skirt flares, feet pounding against marble. Each step is a rebellion, each turn a defiance. My body becomes my voice, saying everything I can't. You can lock me in. You can chain my wrists. But you can't take this. The breath leaves me in ragged bursts. I move until the world blurs, until I can't tell if the moisture on my cheeks is sweat or tears. And then, I falter. He hasn't looked away once. Not once. But there's no warmth there. No fire. Just that terrible, frozen distance. My movements crumble. My knees hit the floor. The silence crashes around me like broken glass. What do you want from me? I choke out, my voice breaking. Why do you keep doing this? Still nothing. Only the faint sound of his breathing, steady, in control, while mine falls apart. I slam my palm against the floor. Say something. For the first time, his expression shifts. A flicker, so fast I almost miss it.
Pain.
Regret. Fury. I don't know. When he finally speaks, his voice is low, rough, and terrifyingly calm. The truth. I blink. What truth? He steps into the light. The one you keep hiding. About who you work for. About that package. About what you are. I laugh, a sound that's more sob than amusement. You still think I'm lying? I know you are. He says it like it's a fact. Like it's written into my skin. The exhaustion hits all at once. The hunger, the fear, the ache of trying to survive in a world that keeps shifting its rules. You want the truth? I whisper. Fine. I rise to my feet, trembling, face wet. The truth is I don't know why any of this happened. I don't know why you won't just kill me if you think I'm guilty. I don't know who is attacking your shipments, or what they're planning. I only know that I'm tired. My voice cracks. And I hate that I care.
He goes still.
It's the first time I've ever said that, the first time I've admitted it. Even to myself. The words hang in the air, fragile, alive. His jaw tightens. For a heartbeat, I think he might walk away. But he doesn't. He crosses the space between us slowly, like a predator circling something dangerous. When he stops in front of me, he looks down, eyes shadowed, unreadable. You shouldn't care, he murmurs, about anyone in this house. Then stop making it impossible. Something in him flickers. Anger, longing, guilt. I can't tell. His hand lifts as if to touch my face but stops halfway, fingers curling into a fist. He turns, breaking the moment like it's glass. Get some rest, he says, voice flat again. Tomorrow starts early. And then he's gone. Lorenzo. The door closes behind me, but her voice lingers. Then stop making it impossible. Impossible. That's what this is. The entire thing. Her, me. The truth I keep pretending I don't see. I should have ended it the night she said his name, have her executed. But I didn't. Because somewhere between suspicion and obsession, I've lost the ability to let her go. I pour a drink in the study, watching the liquid catch firelight. My hands are steady. They always are. But the control feels forced, like a mask cracking from the inside. The truth. That's what I asked her for. But maybe the truth I want isn't about what she is, or loyalty, or betrayal. Maybe it's why I can't stop needing to see her, even if it's just to remind myself that she's still breathing. The first time I saw her dance, it was on a stage, not hers, but one she'd built inside her own head. A defiance, so quiet it screamed. And tonight, when she moved, it wasn't just a dance. It was freedom clawing its way out of captivity. It was everything I've spent my life trying to kill. When she fell to her knees, I should have turned away. Instead, I felt something crack open inside me.
Guilt.
Want. A truth I'm not ready to face. I down the drink in one swallow. If she's lying, I'll find out. If she's not, then I'll destroy the part of me that wishes she were free. Either way, the truth will come, one way or another. And when it does, I don't know which of us will survive it. Chapter 23. The Question of Trut.
H.
Lorenzo de Luca. Morning bleeds into afternoon without light. The house is quiet, but not peaceful, quiet in the way of a loaded gun. Every creak of marble sounds like it's holding its breath. I sit behind my desk, hands still, eyes on the papers I haven't read. Ace's words from that night, her trembling voice, her tears, Michael's name, play on repeat like a punishment I can't stop. I should have acted already. Ended it. Ended her. But I can't. The knock comes soft, deliberate. I don't look up. Enter. I say, voice flat. Camilla glides in like smoke. Elegant, effortless, and dangerous if inhaled too deeply. Her perfume hits first, sweet and poisonous. She wears white dress, like she always does when she wants to look innocent. It never works on me. Brother, she says smoothly, perching on the edge of the desk without invitation. You look haunted. I'm busy. With what? Staring at nothing, she teases. You've been buried in this room for days. Even your dogs look afraid to breathe too loud. I lift my gaze. Her smile doesn't reach her eyes, it never does. You didn't come here to check on my health, Camilla. What do you want? She leans forward, crossing her legs. I wanted to talk. It's been a while since we had a proper conversation, hasn't it? You've been distracted. The word drips with implication. I say nothing. Her smile curves. It's the girl, isn't it? The sound of my pen snapping fills the silence. Careful, I warn. Oh, relax, she laughs softly. I'm not judging. I just find it fascinating. The man who's never had time for women suddenly has a ballerina locked in his mansion. What's next? Flowers? Dinner by candlelight? Enough. Why? Does the truth make you uncomfortable? Her tone sharpens. Or is it because, everyone's whispering about it? That you've gone soft? I rise from the chair, and for a second, her expression falters. She forgets she's playing with a loaded weapon. I haven't gone soft. I say evenly. I've gone cautious. She tilts her head, studying me. Cautious? Is that what you call it? Keeping her alive when you should have put a bullet in her head the moment you found her name tied to your enemies. I don't act on whispers. I bite out. You know that. But you do act on feelings, she says, eyes glittering. That's what's changed. And you know what Father used to say about men who mistake feelings for power? The air in the room shifts. Cold. Sharp. I close the distance between us slowly. Don't bring him into this. Oh, but he's always here, isn't he? She whispers. In this house. In your rules. In your fear of being anything less than invincible. She stands now, facing me fully, a mirror of our father's pride in her posture. He'd be rolling in his grave if he saw what you've become. A girl has you hesitating.
Questioning.
That's not strength, Lorenzo. That's weakness. Something inside me snaps, not loud but deep. The kind of sound that lives behind the ribs. My mind drags me backward to years ago, black suits and rain-soaked marble. My father's coffin gleaming like obsidian under the church lights. I remember my hands clenched into fists so tight the nails cut skin. His lieutenant, old Marco, had leaned down to me then, his voice low, gravel rough. In this world, weakness is what gets buried first. I had looked at my father's body, at the man who ruled everything, and whispered back to myself, never me. Now Camilla's voice cuts through the echo. Then prove it, she says softly. Prove you're not weak. I blink the memory away.
How?
She smiles, cruel and sweet. Get rid of her. The words hang there, thick and poisonous. She's the reason people are questioning you, she continues. You're supposed to be untouchable, Lorenzo. But since she came, you've been distracted, doubtful. This family doesn't survive doubt. Her tone hardens. Do what must be done before she costs us everything. And if she's not what you think, I ask quietly. Camilla's laugh is soft but empty. Then she's still dangerous. Innocent or not, she's already cracked you open. And you can't rule if you're bleeding. She steps closer, lowering her voice like she's comforting me. End it, before she becomes your ruin. Her perfume lingers long after she leaves. I stay still, staring at the door long after it closes. Camilla's words burrow deep, but beneath the venom, another voice whispers, one I can't shut out. Asa's voice. The way she'd looked at me that first night. The way she trembled but refused to beg. The way she danced in the dark, as if defying the very walls that caged her. And that night, her voice. Michael's name. Maybe Camilla is right. Maybe Asa is the reason everything's unraveling. But if I kill her, and she's innocent, what does that make me? My father's son. I walk to the bar, pour a drink I won't taste. The amber liquid burns down my throat, useless against the weight in my chest. I reach for the file on the desk, the one with Asa's name stamped across the front. It's been updated a dozen times by the men I trust most. Lies, half-truths, fragments. None of it feels real anymore. I keep burning every copy, but the more I do, the more every incident points to her guilt. I flip it open, stare at her photograph. She's looking away from the camera like she always does. Defiant, untamed. Camilla's words echo again. End it before she becomes your ruin. I strike a match. The flame catches instantly, curling the edge of the photo, the smoke rising like ghosts. I watch the ink melt, her name fading into black. The last page turns to ash. But the guilt doesn't fade. It festers, slow, corrosive, alive. I rest my head back against the chair and close my eyes. Her face lingers there too, burned into every thought. I won't lose, I whisper to the empty room. Not to her. Not to anyone. A beat of silence. Then softer. If Asa won't give me the truth, maybe Michael will. The fire crackles on the hearth, devouring the last of the evidence. Outside, thunder grumbles across the horizon, and for the first time in years, I can't tell if the storm is coming from the sky or from inside my own chest. Chapter 24. Smoke and GLA. SS. Camilla DeLuca. The city glowed beneath my window, restless, alive, and cruel. I sat in my penthouse, a cigarette burning slowly between my fingers, smoke curling into the night. Beside me, half a glass of wine, and a silence too heavy to ignore. The door opened. I didn't need to look to know who it was. Michael always entered like a man who wished he could disappear before he was seen. "You're late," I said flatly. He shut the door and rubbed the back of his neck. "You sound angry." I turned, eyes sharp. "You went to see her." He froze. "Camilla." The glass left my hand and shattered against the wall, wine dripping down like blood. Don't insult my intelligence. You broke one rule, no contact with Asa. I had to, he snapped. Lorenzo's been around her too much. I needed to make sure she wouldn't. Wouldn't what? I cut in. Say your name? Or remind you you're not half as loyal as you pretend.
His jaw tightened.
I just wanted to make sure she doesn't talk. No, I said, standing. You wanted to see her. You can lie to yourself all you want, but not to me. He took a step forward, voice low.
You don't know what this is like.
Every day, pretending. Pretending you still have control? I smirked. That's the problem with men like you. You think you can balance loyalty and guilt. You can't. One always eats the other. He looked away, frustration burning in his eyes. I didn't go there for her. I went there to protect what we're doing. Protect. I laughed softly. From what, your feelings? He glared. You don't know what I feel. I know exactly what you feel, I said. I saw it the first time her name crossed your lips. You used her, and now you can't stand the sight of what you've done. You're weak, Michael. Weak gets people killed. His voice hardened. Watch how you talk to me. Or what? I stepped closer, lowering my voice until our faces were inches apart. You'll hit me? Betray me like you did her. He said nothing. That silence told me everything. I don't care what you think you are, I continued. But if you ruin my plans, I'll kill you myself. Camilla, don't. I cut him off. Don't say my name like we're partners. You're a pawn, same as her. And if either of you steps out of line, I'll clear the board. He clenched his fists. You think you scare me? No, I said simply. I think you're scared of yourself. For a long moment, the only sound was the rain outside. He finally turned, heading for the door. Camilla, he said without looking back, I won't let this fall apart. I smiled faintly. Then make sure you don't.
He left.
The door closed behind him. I picked up another glass, poured myself a drink, and whispered to the empty room. Love always ruins the smartest men. Lorenzo De Luca. The club was loud, but inside me there was only quiet. I sat in the VIP lounge, drink untouched, watching the chaos below, lights flashing, bodies moving like they were chasing something they'd never catch. That was when she came. Selena. The lady who has always thrown herself at me. Honestly, I got irritated with her constant persistence that I always avoided her, but today was different. Her perfume hit before her voice did. You look like you could use a distraction, she said, sliding into the booth beside me. I didn't answer. She smiled anyway, the kind of smile that had learned to sell comfort. You haven't come around since, she purred. The night your girl danced. My gaze cut to her, sharp enough to make her flinch, but not enough to make her leave. She took that as permission and leaned closer. I could help you forget her. I saw how you stared at her, but you don't need a girl like that to meet your needs. For a second, I saw Ace's face in my head, the way she looked at me before she broke. I hated that memory. I hated how real it still felt. Fine, I said quietly. Show me. Her lips curved in victory. She led me toward the private rooms behind the curtain, red lights, low music, a place where men came to escape their thoughts. The room smells like smoke and perfume, thick enough to choke on. The bass from the club floor below seeps through the walls, each beat matching the hammer in my chest. Selena leans against the couch, her lips curled in that knowing smirk. She's beautiful in a practiced way, all red lips, perfect curves, and no soul behind her eyes. Maybe that's what I need tonight. No meaning, no memories. She steps closer, tracing a finger down my chest like she's already won. I let her. It's easier that way. Her touch is warm, her breath hot against my neck, but my mind isn't here. It's with Asa, the way she used to whisper my name like it meant something, the way she made silence feel full. Selena's laughter snaps me back. It's too sharp, too loud, too fake. She unzips me, her lips massaging my D***K, like she was saying a prayer. I moan loudly. She is good, maybe too good. I push her against the wall, rougher than I should. She likes it. Or maybe she's just pretending. Either way, it doesn't matter. Nothing does right now. Her nails dig into my shoulders. I kiss her hard, like I'm punishing myself for remembering someone else. The taste of alcohol and lipstick floods my mouth, bitter, desperate. She moans something, but I don't hear it. I slide into her, making her moan desperately, but I hate it. She shouldn't be the one crying for me this much. All I can think of is Ace's face, soft and accusing, flashing behind my eyelids. I move faster, harder, trying to lose her, trying to forget. But even as the world blurs and the air turns thick with heat and noise, I know I'm chasing a ghost. Selena whispers my name like she owns it. I almost laugh. It's not mine to give. When it was over, Selena lay back, smiling in satisfaction. I buttoned my shirt, already done pretending. "You'll call me again," she said, confidence dripping from her voice. I looked at her, blank.
No.
"I won't." Then I left. Outside, the rain had started again. I stood under it for a moment, letting it wash the smoke and perfume from my skin, but it couldn't wash away her name.
Asa.
I hated how it sounded in my head. I hated that I wanted to hear it again. Selena stepped out after me, watching as I disappeared into the dark. Her lips curled into a smile. "He'll call. He can't get rid of me that easily," she whispered to herself. "Lorenzo is mine." But this time, she was wrong. Because the man she wanted was already lost to someone else, someone he could neither have nor destroy. Chapter 25. Blood on Marb. Lorenzo De Luca. The world feels too loud.
Too sharp.
Too dangerous. My desk is buried beneath reports, intercepted calls, destroyed cargo, men who swear they saw nothing, heard nothing. The paper edges bite into my fingers as I flip through them again and again, searching for what isn't there. A crack in my empire. A crack shaped like trust. I slam my fist against the desk. The heavy wood rattles, but it's not enough to silence the voice whispering through my thoughts. Someone inside betrayed me. Someone who walks my halls, breathes my air, and pretends loyalty. "Bring him in," I say through clenched teeth. 2 guards drag Matteo into the room, one of the men assigned to secure the docks last night. Blood trickles down his forehead, his lips split. He's shaking, whether from pain or fear, I can't tell. He falls to his knees before me. "Boss, Lorenzo. Please," he stammers, voice quivering. "I swear to you, I did nothing." They all swear, every single one. I circle him slowly, silent, letting dread fill the space between us. "The shipment was hit," I say quietly. Calmly. Too calmly. The enemy knew exactly where to strike and exactly when. Matteo swallows hard. It wasn't me. I kept my post. Then who? My voice snaps like a whip. He presses his shaking hands to the floor. "I don't know." I crouch in front of him, gripping his jaw, forcing his eyes to mine. Fear lives there. But fear can be faked. Loyalty cannot. "Look at me," I murmur. "Look at me, and remember that I don't tolerate liars." His breath hitches. "I'm not lying." I squeeze harder, cutting off his words. Someone is feeding them information. Someone who knows my schedule, my routes, my movements. I lean in, voice sinking to a deadly whisper. "And I will burn the world to ash before I let another traitor breathe under my roof." He trembles, shoulders curling inward. Then he breaks. I saw something," he sputters. "Not much. It might not mean anything." "Say it." My patience is a blade pressed to his throat. "It was Michael." The name lands like a gunshot. "I saw him near the docks hours before the ambush. He said he was checking security, but he seemed nervous, like he was waiting for something." "Michael." Heat flashes behind my eyes, a burst of savage fury. Images flashed through my mind. My most trusted soldier, the only person I felt genuinely had my back all this while. I have tried not to attach much importance to Michael's voice in Ace's room whispering, "Trust me." The world narrows into a single truth. If Matteo is telling the truth, Michael betrayed me. I release Matteo with a shove, which collapses him forward, gasping for air. Why didn't you report this? I demand. He wipes his mouth with a trembling hand. I didn't want to accuse him wrongly. I might be wrong. I grab him by the collar, dragging him to his feet. My face inches from his. You'd rather protect a snake than protect me? His knees buckle. No, never. I draw back my fist, ready to destroy the coward trembling before me. But I stop. Not out of mercy.
No.
Out of clarity. Killing Mateo won't fix the rot. Killing Mateo won't expose the truth. And deep down, the darker truth dawns on me. It is not the betrayal that angers me the most, but for allowing it get this close. Mateo collapses as I shove him toward the guards. Lock him away, I order. If he's lying, he dies. If he's telling the truth, my jaw hardens. Michael has a lot of questions to answer. The guards drag him out, leaving a streak of blood across the polished floor as the door slams shut. Silence returns, but it is not peace. I turn toward the tall mirror beside my desk. The reflection that meets me is a stranger. Eyes red with rage. Jaw clenched so tight, I taste blood. A man who once ruled through calculation, now ruled by emotion. Her face flashes through my mind.
Asa.
Crying, whispering his name. My hand curls into a fist. The mirror cracks. Once, twice, until my own image fractures into jagged shards. I never should have touched her. I breathe. I thought I could control this. Control her. Control myself. But instead, she has become the one weapon capable of destroying me from the inside. I stare at the blood dripping from my knuckles, splattering onto the marble like evidence of my weakness. She made me weak, I whisper. A confession no one else will ever hear. Because weakness gets men killed. And I am not a man who dies. Michael thinks he can outplay me. Tonight I regain control. Tonight, I become the monster the world fears again. Because monsters cannot be betrayed. Monsters cannot be hurt. Monsters do not love. I straighten my suit collar, wiping the blood from my hand. By sunrise, Michael will learn what happens to traitors. And Asa will finally understand. She may hate me. She may fear me. But she will never escape me.